Hey, wait, before this video starts, I want to state that I probably said in the video that we will be doing everything in one part, but I would have to split that into two because later on in my editing software, I ran into a lot of issues, and I just had to split the video in two parts and not one. So I hope you don't hate me for that or something, but enjoy the video. Hey guys, and welcome back to this brand new video on my YouTube channel. In this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to make a basic trick or treat simulator on the Roblox platform. If you don't know what trick or treating is, or whatever this video is for, it's for Halloween, because in a few days it's Halloween. So I thought, why not make a Halloween special? And first of all, I want to do a big thanks to my friend Lua Scripts. He helped me with many things, just the coding and the building and the designing. Everything you see here is designed by Lua Scripts, so big shout out to you. Thank you so much for helping me out, dude, and I wish you the best in life. So now, here's a quick demonstration of what we're going to be doing. Over here, you can see me. Hello. You see a cell platform, and over here, you see a doorbell. So if you would ring it, ding dong, we cannot move, and I got 9 candy from that. If we go to the next house, and we ring the bell, as you can see, and we get tricked, so we do not get anything. If we go back to the same house again, let's see, I got another trick. So it takes a while though, because there's a chance thingy. So we got another trick. Okay, we're gonna get candy now. Yep, we got 2 candy, and as you can see, since our backpack maximum capacity is only 10, it will stay at 10. So now if we go over here, there's a multiplier, which is 2 times the amount of money you'll get, and a sell button. So I can demonstrate the sell button. So if we just get candy, 9 candy. If I would click sell, it would automatically give me the candy to money in a 2x format, because I own the multiplier game pass. So if you would go over here, there's a shop, and if you would open it over here, you can buy money for Robux. As you can see, 350. And over in the backpack section, you can buy backpacks for a certain amount of money. So if I would give myself a little bit of money, as you can see, I just gave myself 50 million cash, and now I can buy every backpack possible. As you can see, my backpack goes up. Now I can have a maximum capacity of 100,000 candy. So you may be wondering, newbie, if you get 9 candy each time, that's never gonna work. So there's this built-in multiplier. Whenever you sell your, whenever you get money. If you own the best backpack, you'll get like times 250 or something. So if you, yep, as you can see, 5,200 candy. That is a lot. As you can see, 3,900 candy. As you can see, can we get more? 3,900. Let's get this one. And we get 4,550. And this time we get tricked. And sorry for that. So if I would click sell now, I would get that amount, $35,000 and 100. So that is basically the demonstration of this game. You can trick or treat at any house possible, and that is what we're going to be creating today. So I hope you enjoy this tutorial, and let the intro roll. Alrighty, so hello there, and welcome to Project Halloween, and we're going to be immediately starting off. You want to go to game settings, or actually you want to go to file, you want to go to the link in the description. It will go you to a, it will send you to a uncopylocked game. It's the exact same as this, but as you can see, there's nothing in the scripts, and nothing is working, but all you have to do for, you're going to have to do the coding part, and nothing else. So you want to go to file, and you want to go to publish your Roblox as, and then just publish your game until you're like done, so it's like officially on Roblox. You want to go to game settings and security, and you want to enable all of these, and you want to go to monetization, and you want to go down, and you want to make developer products. You want to make 3 of them. So here are mine. Do not use my IDs, because I will get all of the Robux, and that's not what you want, because you want your Robux, and I want mine. You know, you get the point. So I just set it to 1 Robux, but I mean, in my official game is way else. So that's all you have to do for the pre things or something, however you call it. So let's carry on. But let's start off with a simple script. So you want to go to start a player scripts, and you want to click on run service. And as you can see, it's going to say like check tutorial, but you just want to click that. You just want to like backspace that away. And we're going to immediately start off by saying local run service. If I can zoom in. This is the game, calling get service, run service. We're going to be immediately requesting the service to like exist or something. Local players is the game, calling get service, players, and then local player is the players dot local player. So what we're doing, we're requesting the run service, we're requesting the player service, and we're making a player variable that is like the same to local player. So we're gonna do local player GUI, and it's the player, wait for child, player GUI. So the script will not run until there is a player GUI in our player, and you're the player. So that should make sense. So what we're gonna be doing for an extra check, repeat waits until player GUI. And that is that. So now we're gonna have making a function. You're probably gonna think like, newbie, what is this function? Well, if you check my video about how to add commas to numbers, that is like a formula, and that's the exact same what we're gonna be using today. So you just want to like copy what I do. So function comma amount, and then you want to do local formatted is the amount, while to do. Gonna make a while to do loop, formatted, comma k is the string dot gsub. Now a lot of people are gonna be wrong at this, so just make sure you do exactly what I do. So first of all, this is what you have. So you have string dot gsub formatted, and then a like double. It's not a colon, but you get my point, and a single one. So in the double one, you want to do like open bracket, close bracket, minus question mark, percentage d plus. And I don't know what it is too, don't worry about that. It is a def form post. So now you just want to do in here percentage d, percentage d, percentage d, and then over here you want to do percentage 1 comma percentage 2, and that is like a simple like formula. And I forgot to add a like those house thingies over here. So this is what you have to do for that. And now we can do if k is equal to 0, then break, and over here return formatted. And that is your function. You it's probably gonna get underlined, but don't worry, it's nothing. You don't have to worry about it. Now we're gonna do repeat wait until player GUI colon find first child user interface. So we're going to be repeating the game, like we're going to be repeating this function until there is a user interface in the player GUI. So if you go to start a player, you can see here check tutorial again, and over here you see a lot of GUIs, and the GUIs are like made by me, so you just want to you can use them, I don't mind. So now we can do local m value is equal to player.other m value, and we're gonna get back to this later in a server script, but that's gonna be another part of this tutorial. So don't worry about that, and everything is gonna be in this tutorial, so don't worry. Now we can do run service.heartbeat connect function. So what heartbeat does is a run service just like detects you doing things, moving around, checking your camera, whatever you do in life, and heartbeat will trigger it after a frame has been rendered. So if your game is running at 40 FPS, that means there's gonna be like firing 40 frames per second, but after those are rendered, this will like initialize itself or something, if you get my point. So now if player GUI and m value, then so just a check if they actually exist, and then we can do something very complicated. Player GUI dot user interface dot candy dot text label dot text is equal to candy colon dot dot comma player.laterstats.candy.value, and then dot dot, like those. I still don't know how to call them. I'm really gonna do my research on that. Slash dot dot comma m value dot value. So let me explain what we're doing in a like this. So we're referring to our text label. We're going to be setting it to candy, and we're going to make sure our candy value has commas in it. And then over here, we're going to do like out of that. So if you can hold a maximum capacity of 10, that means this will say 10. You know, you get the point. And now you just want to get this, paste it here, and change everything to money. So player.laterstats.money.value, player GUI user interface money. And that is basically what you have to do for this. And now for a check, you want to copy paste this one, these two lines, line 25 and 26, and then m value colon get property changed signal value colon connect function, and you want to just copy and paste it. You just want to paste it, you know. So that is everything for your first script in the game. You're doing very well. Great job. So this is your script. I will be doing this. So now you can pause the video and type it over if you want, and I'll be quickly going over over what we're doing. Sorry for my English. So local run service equals the game calling get service run service. What we're doing, we're requesting Roblox for our run service. Over here, we are requesting the player service. Once those are found, we're gonna make a variable called player. We're gonna be setting it to a local player because a local player is you. We're going to be making a variable player GUI, and we're going to wait. The player is going to be waiting for it. Then after the game may have found it, we're going to do an extra check by doing a repeat wait until loop, and it will repeat it until it actually exists. Then we have a function for a implemented comma system. Then we are repeating until there's a user interface found in our player GUI, which we are requesting over here. We're requesting a m value for player.other.m value. The script will not work yet. We have to do our server script first, but we'll be doing that later on in this tutorial. Then, as I said, heartbeat, it renders after, it initializes after a frame has been rendered, and then we're checking if there is a player GUI in an m value, and if those are there, we're going to be setting the text labels to that. So what I'm going to be showing you, if you go to enabled, these two, money and candy, will be changed by these lines of code. And then over here we're checking. If your maximum backpack capacity changes, and if that's true, we're gonna be resetting. We're gonna be setting the monies again, or the values and all of that stuff. Just an extra check. But this is your first script done. So you're doing very well. Now let's go on with the next script. Alrighty, since you're done with your first script for the game, we're going to be heading on to the second one, and that is going to be the Roblox Core GUI. So what we're going to be doing in that is just simply disabling some things that could be game breaking. So we're going to be doing local starter GUI. This is the game calling get service. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Service start GUI. And then I'm going to do a pcal function. As you can see, pcal. So now I'm going to do starter GUI colon set core GUI enabled enum.core GUI type that emotes menu. I don't think emotes are game breaking, but I don't really think they fit on a simulator. So that's why I'm still disabling them. If you don't want to disable them, just put those minuses at the front, and the script will ignore it. Now we're going to be copy pasting that, and we're going to be doing the backpack, because you don't need a backpack in a simulator like the Roblox physical one. And we're going to be disabling your health, so there's no possible way to die. But now you want to watch starter GUI colon set core reset button callback comma false. This is the script done, by the way. So what we're doing, I'm going to be going over it again. We are requesting the starter GUI service. Then we're going to be doing a pcal. So if it breaks, we're going to error it, but we're not going to like disable the script or something, because usually if you have an error, the script will just break and not continue, but a pcal makes it so it will error, but it will still like continue initializing your script, which is really good. Over here we are disabling the emotes menu. We are over here disabling your backpack, and over here we are disabling your health bar, and over here we are disabling your reset button. And there's a reason for that. That's just because if you reset, it just kind of like breaks your values. And that is just so annoying. So that is your second script done. We have to go, we have to do the server script and the handler in here. They are both like combined. So the server script is like 350 lines or something, and the handler, this one, the client one, is like 400. So we got around 750 lines of coding, and that is going to be pretty long, of course, but I'll just guide you through everything. So I'm really hyped to do this, and let's go. Alrighty, so it is the next day. It is 23rd of October 2021, and yesterday we finished up our first two scripts, the one in startup player scripts and the one in the Roblox Core Gui, which is a folder in starter GUI. But I guided you through that, and now it is time for the longest pieces of code, and we're going to be starting off with our server script. So I hope you're hyped for that, and we should start off. Okay, so we're going to start off, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be requiring a lot of things. But before we do anything, we have to do this first. So you want to go to our game page, which I'll do right now. So as you can see right now, I'm on my game page, recording project Halloween. I'm going to click on create pass, and you want to create a game pass. So you want to create two of them, a cell and a multiplier one. I'm going to be using the ones I already had, but you just want to create them. As you can see over here, you can create a game pass, and if I would go to my original game, which is right over here, create pass, you can see I already have two of them. So once you created those, you can click on configure, and you want to get the ID from the top over here. Just want to copy it, and you can paste that in your script later on. So that is basically how you create a game pass. You can search on the internet how to do it too, but that's how you create a game pass. So back to the coding part, and you want to type over here local workspace is equals to game get service day. That's wrong because I saw data somewhere, but you have to do game get service workspace local players is equals to game get service players. There you go. Local server storage is equals to game get service server storage. Local lighting, local lighting is equals to game get service lighting. Local marketplace service is equals to game get service marketplace service. Now local replicated storage is equals to game get service replicated storage. You need a few more. Local debris is equals to game get service debris. Local argument is equals to replicated storage wait for child argument. And now you need to copy paste that 3 times. There you go. Change this to send, and change this to final text. And over here change it to send TOT, and over here change it to final text. And if you would go to replicated storage, you can see money particle, white particle, argument, final text, and send TOT. And those are the things you need for server and client to communicate with each other. So now local key is equals to, and you want to just randomize it. You can do whatever you want. I'm just going to do the original thing I always do. Type what you want here. Make sure it's under 20 digits and above 3 digits, I believe. I may be wrong, but don't worry. Just change it to type what you want here. That would be cool too. Now local multiplier and leave it empty. Local maximum backpack capacity. That's a long word, but this is how you spell it. Now you need the two Game Pass IDs which you just made. An local sell Game Pass ID is because I'm gonna use my ID, but do not use my ID because I will get all the profits from your game, and that's not what you want. Local times 2 multiplier ID is equals to that ID. And now you need to get the IDs from the developer products you made. Not sure again if I already showed you, but you want to make 3 developer products, and you want to get the IDs of those. I cannot really. Can I just click edit and get? Oh, I can't. I'll be getting those IDs like right now. So I took a screenshot of those. Oh, what do I do? I took a quick little screenshot of that, and I can now type it over. And you want to do local first money ID, I believe. Local first money ID is equals to, well, the ID, I'm gonna quickly type it over. Local second money ID is equals to 1214537 and local third money ID is equals to 1214537 and those are your IDs. I don't think we need any more IDs, but that is basically the things. So now over here we can do local data store service is equals to game get service data store service. Local database is equals to data store service get data store key, because this is your key, and it's actually the exact same as doing this, but we just simplified it by saying key, and it's going to use this. And now here's a tricky, very tricky part. Local function save data player. I took a lot of trouble with this, and thanks for all the people who helped me out on that forum, like data store issues. I'm going to be using table information for this, and you'll get this. Now local leader stats, comma, backpack folder, we'll get back to that in a second, is equals to player.leader stats, comma, player.backpack folder. Make sure you have this exact line written in your code. Make sure you have that, okay? Enter. Local values is a table with those curvy, curled brackets, I think those are called. So now you want to do leader stats dot candy dot value, semicolon, leader stats dot money dot value, semicolon, backpack folder. I'm gonna go down a little bit. Backpack folder dot backpack 2 dot value, semicolon. And now you just want to actually copy paste it for more easier. So you want to do backpack 3, backpack 4, and backpack 5. And now for the last line of code, pcal function. So we're going to do a pcal function. So if anything breaks, we will continue our script but throw an error. Database set async player.user ID, comma, values. So we'll be saving all of this information in one time, which is more efficient and probably way better than doing it like database set async on the key of that, blah 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 blah. That's gonna be way too much. Another tricky part: local, not local function load char character. And this is a function for the particles, because we're going to be making it. Once you buy a product from the store, we will be giving you a little effect, because why not? Effects are cool. Like literally everyone likes effects. Local s, e is equals to pcal function. And now local particle is the replicated storage wait for child white particle, and that is this one. Now we have local particle 2 is equals to replicated storage colon wait for child money particle. And now over here we're going to do if not s, then warn e, basically like that. So now you got if not s, then we're going to be warning it on e. Alrighty, so that is good. And now all you have to do is particle colon clone the parent is equals to character dot humanoid root part. Alrighty, so now particle 2 colon clone the parent is equals to character dot humanoid root part. And that is it for the load character function. As I said, that is your load character function. Alrighty, so now we are going to start off with the actual game mechanism or something. So players, the player added colon connect function player, and then over here local leader stats is equals to instance.new a folder, and then leader stats.parent is equals to player, and leader stats.name is equals to leader stats. So now you make your leader stats folder, which is this one. Well, this one actually. So now we can do local candy is equals to instance.new a number value, candy.parent is equals to leader stats, and candy.name is equals to candy. If you hear a bird outside, please ignore it. It's annoying. Now local money is equals to instance.new a number value, because money is number, money.value, money.parent is equals to, let's see, to leader stats again, and money.name is equals to money. Alrighty, so what we're doing here, we're waiting for a player added function. We're going to be making a leader stats folder. We're making a candy thingy, value, I guess, and a money value. Now, we want to do local other is equals to instance.new, and I want to do a folder. You want to do a folder, as I said, other.parents is equals to player, and other.name is equals to other. And this other is the same, if you go to your run service script, over here you can see local m value is equals to player.other.m value. And we're going to be using that m value. So now we're going to be creating the max value. Local max value is equals to instance.new a number value, because this will be the same as the maximum backpack capacity. Now, now we can do max value. The parent is equals to other. Max value dot name is equals to m value, and max value dot value is equals to is the same as the maximum backpack capacity. And if there's no maximum backpack capacity, we're gonna do or 10. So if there's no maximum backpack capacity, we're gonna be setting it to 10. But if there is a MBC, I'm just gonna be using it MBC, maximum backpack capacity. Is a pretty long word. So if there's no maximum backpack capacity, we're gonna be using 10. And if there is a maximum backpack capacity, we'll be using that. Alrighty. So now, local backpack folder is equals to instance.new a folder, backpack folder.parent is equals to player, and backpack folder.name is equals to backpack folder. If you would go and click play, it could break, but maybe not. We don't know. As you can see, the candy 0 out of 10, money 0. And if you go to your player and yourself, you can see backpack folder. The other is the m value, and the leader stats is candy and money. So that's good. That's exactly what we told the script to do. And now, you can ignore this red line. Now we can do local backpack 1, that is the first backpack, is equals to instance.new. It's a bool value, because we're going to check if it's true or false. So like, if you own that backpack, we'll give you this and that. backpack 1 dot value, parent is equals to backpack folder, backpack 1 dot name is equals to backpack 1, and backpack 1 dot value is equals to true, because you will always own the first backpack, and that's why we're not putting it in our database, because it could mess up. And the thing is, you always start off with a normal backpack, so we don't have to put it in a database, because it's always going to be true. So why save data if you already know it's never going to change? That's what we call it, performance thinking. Now you want to copy and paste this 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Now the second one is going to be, that's this one, backpack 2, and just change everything to backpack 2 over here. As you can see, local backpack 1, and over here, local backpack 2. Over here, change it to 3, change this to 3, 3, 3, and 3. Over here, backpack 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Backpack 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Make sure to turn the last 4 values to false. So you should have true, false, 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 false. That's what you need to have. Now we're at the most trickiest part yet. The data saving. Local data. Just put local data, because data is going to be something. Local s(e) is equals to pcal function, and you know what a pcal is by now. I'm gonna give you a second to think what a pcal is. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, a pcal is if it breaks, it's gonna continue the script. And my throat is pretty like, yeah, it's not the best. So data is equals to database colon get async player.user ID. So we're gonna get the data from the player. If there's no data, we're gonna be setting it to a table which is empty, because we'll be setting data on that table. So if s, then we're gonna do another pcal function just in case everything breaks. Here's the tricky part. Candy.value is equals to data, and then those square brackets, 1 or 0. Money.value is equals to data 2 or 0. Give you a second to pause the video and give you a second to think. Alright. Backpack 2 dot value is equals to data 3 or false. And now you want to copy and paste this 1, 2, 3 times. Backpack 3, backpack 4, and backpack 5. Data 4, data 5, data 6. So you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's what you should have. Alrighty, so you have your data. Now, we're going to be adding your multiplier. If marketplace service, user owns the game pass, we're going to be checking it on your user ID, because everything is stored on your user ID. We're going to be checking if you own the 2 times multiplier ID game pass, which is this one over here. So we're going to be checking if you own that over here. Then, so if you own it, multiplier is equal to 2. I'm going to be getting 2 times the amount of money you would usually get. And else, if you don't own it, your multiplier is going to be the same, which is 1. And 1 means you'll just get 1 times everything, and 1 times 1 is 1, and 500 times 1 is 500. Alrighty. So you get that ID, and over here, we're going to be doing else. I think that's, no, yep, over here, else. So if there's an error, warn E. That is the error changing, I guess. So now, if backpack 1 that value is equals to true, then, so if you own the first backpack, which you do, maximum backpack capacity is equals to 10. And max value, that value, is equals to maximum backpack capacity. So just get these two, and else if, well, we're going to be doing if backpack 2 dot value is equals to true. So if you do own that one, I'm going to be setting it to 100. If backpack 3 dot value is equals to true, then I'm going to be setting it to 1,000. If you own the fourth backpack, then we're going to be setting it to 10,000. And lastly, if you own the last backpack, if backpack 5 dot value is equals to true, then 100,000. And trust me, that is a lot. Alrighty. So that's good. So now you have done that, we're gonna be getting to the values, you know, these ones. So now, get property changed signal, and now candy colon get property changed signal value. Okay, value colon connect function, and now if candy value is above the maximum backpack capacity, then candy.value is equals to the maximum you can have. Max value, that value is equals to maximum backpack capacity, and argument colon fire client player comma change data values comma maximum backpack capacity. And that is, we'll be getting to that fire client thingy in the handler over here. And now you want to do backpack 2 colon get property changed signal value colon connect function. There. Took me a little bit, but don't worry. Max, let me see. Max value, that value is equals to 100, because backpack 2 is 100. Maximum backpack capacity is equals to 100. And we're going to be firing the remote event again. And now you want to do this 1, 2, 3. Do that 3 times. Change it to backpack 3, change it to backpack 4, change it to backpack 5, and you know, add a 0, 1,000. Over here, I'm gonna go to 10,000, add 2 zeros, and over here, 100,000, add 3 zeros. 3. Okay, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 100,000. Now, player that character added colon connect load character. That is literally the function to load it. So then if player that character then load char player that character. So over here we're checking if there is a character, and over here if player the character, then we're gonna be loading it. Here comes the funny part. The marketplace service. Marketplace service that process receipt or receipt. I'm gonna say receipt. So what we're gonna be doing. So if you buy a certain product, we're gonna be giving you money, of course. 6 to function receipt info. If receipt info that product ID is equals to. So if you buy the first one, then local PLR gonna be requesting another player instance is equals to players colon get player by user ID receipt info dot player ID, not user ID but player ID. PLR dot leader stats dot money dot value plus equals 1,000, because for the first one you'll get 1,000. Then argument argument colon fire client, and we're going to be firing it to the player for product purchased, and for any product purchase we'll just give you a effect for that. So now you would basically want to copy all of this, else if this to the second money ID, then you'll get 5,000, and else if for the third you'll get 10,000. So that is everything for the process receipt. And here comes the actual funny part. We have to do around 150 more lines of coding, but don't worry. Players, the player removing, colon connect, save data. So if you leave, we're going to be saving your data. That's the only line you need to have. Game, colon, bind to close function. For underscore, comma v in pairs, in I pairs actually, players, colon, get players do. So you're going to be using I pairs. We're not going to be doing anything with the instance, so we're going to be getting the values of them. And we're going to do save data v. So if you would click shut down all servers, we're going to be shutting down every server, and we're going to be saving all of the data. So now we're going to be doing remote event handling and sorting. And oh boy, this is long. Argument dot on server event colon connect function player and arg. So first we're going to be doing if not player. So if there's no player, then return end. If there's no player, we're not going to be doing anything at all. If not arg, then return end. So we're going to be checking if things are like if arg is equals to like purchase backpack 2. If that's not there, we're not going to be doing anything in this on server event instance. So if player and arg is equals to sell candy instantly game pass. So we're going to be the sell game pass, which is this one. You can click that anywhere, and we will immediately sell your candy. Then, so if player and arg is equals to sell candy instantly game pass. That's such a long word. So now we're going to be so if it's somehow fired, so we're going to be checking if you just own it. So if you a marketplace service colon user owns game pass async player user ID comma if you own the sell game pass ID, then, and here comes the tricky part, local leader stats is equals to player colon wait for child leader stats. So in any single way we'll be waiting for leader stats. Local candy, because this is in another event, so all of these don't count anymore. So local candy is equals to leader stats dot candy. Now local money is equals to, you can guess, leader stats dot money. Now we're going to be doing local amount, so that the amount of money you'll receive. If candy that value is above 0, so if there's no way of going in minus anyways, then money dot value plus equals candy dot value, because you'll get the candy, but times the multiplier. So if you have a 2 times multiplier, the candy will turn into 2 times, and you'll get that. And then amount is equals to candy dot value times multiplier. And then over here, candy dot value is 0, because after you sell it, we'll be removing every single thing of your candy. Argument colon fire client player money changed. Could be firing the argument called money changed, and we'll be 2 numbering that amount. So there's no way of getting a string or something weird. There's no way of getting that. Over here, else if player and arg is equals to reset humanoid instances, then And I know a lot of this tutorial is probably gonna this tutorial will probably cause a lot of errors, but join the Discord and you'll get help. So else if player and arg, then player dot character dot humanoid dot walk speed is equals to 16. Player dot character dot humanoid dot jump power is equals to 50. And I think I already made it, so it is use jump power. If it's not on yet, make sure to tick it on. That is everything for the reset humanoid instances. So make sure your ends are good. So 2 ends over here, and you can use the else if again. Else if player and arg is equals to purchase backpack 2. Then, so if you want to purchase the backpack 2, which will handle in the client script in the UI. So we're going to be checking player.leader stats. So if player.leader stats, the money.value is the same or above as 150. And so we're going to be making, you have to own, for example, backpack 2 first before you can buy backpack 3. And if you want to buy backpack 5, you need to own backpack 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 4 first. Sorry, not 5. So, for example, you want to buy backpack 3, you need to own backpack 1 and 2. And else we're not going to be doing that. So, if player, the leader stats on money.value, so if your money is the same or above as 150, and player, that backpack folder, that backpack 1, that value, is equals to true, then, so what we're doing, we're checking if you have above 150, and we're checking if you own the first backpack. So if that's true, then player that leader stats that money.value minus equals 150 because you're buying something, which means you'll lose $150. And player the backpack folder backpack 2. So after your money has been withdrawn or withdrawn, then we're going to be setting the backpack 2 value to true equals to true. So copy everything from this line until player. Else if player, else if copy and paste. So if it is backpack 3, we're going to be checking if you own backpack 2. And we're going to be enabling backpack 3. And you need to have about $1,500. Not 150, but 1,500. So now you want to do that again. Else if copy paste purchase backpack 4, 15,000 in both 15,000 backpack 3 backpack did I press 2? Yep. Backpack 3 in backpack 4 over here. Do this one more time. Else if copy paste backpack 5 150,000 backpack 4 and backpack 5. So make sure you have all of this. I'll be zooming out. Over here you can see the entire code mechanic. So make sure you have that. Give you a little bit more time. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alrighty. So now that is everything for remote event handling. Now, touch variables. And now, local trigger part debounce is equals to true. Because we'll be using a debounce system, touch functions. And I've been told to use, so I'll give you a tip for coding. Do not use wait for child or find for child if you know something is going to be there permanently. So now workspace dot map, because the map will stay, shop will stay, trigger part will stay, and we'll be checking if that trigger part has been touched. I will be doing that by workspace dot map dot shop dot trigger part dot touched colon connect function and object. Okay, so if object dot parent colon find first child humanoid. So if that object that touched it has a humanoid, we can confirm it's a player. Local player is equal to players, colon get player from character object.parent. I have a little cold, but sorry for that. So if player and trigger part debounce, then and trigger part debounce equals true. I'm very sorry. So if you're a player and there is a trigger part debounce on, then trigger part debounce is equals to false, because it's a debounce system. And you want to get the exact same code from all of these lines. Make sure it's only from these lines and not the marketplace service. Paste them right in here. So you should have this. And then wait 3. And then trigger part debounce is equal to true. So after 3 seconds, you will be able to touch it again. So that is it for the trigger part debounce touching thingies, mechanics, blah blah blah. So now over here, send dot on server event colon connect function player and arg. So if not, well, we're going to be getting that from these code. So if not player and arg, if not player or arg or something. Okay. So those are your two checks. And now if player and arg is equals to treat fired, then so if you're gonna get a randomized chance, a 66% for treat and 33% for 33 for a trick. So if you get treat, not treat, but if you get treat, then we'll be giving you a candy amount based on your backpack. Local final number, leave it empty. Local random number is equals to math.random 1 out of 10. So you'll be getting a random number from 1 to 10, and that is going to be determining your amount of candy you'll get. So now local B1 is equals to random number, because backpack 1 you'll not be getting any multiplications or something. Local B2 is equals to random number times 3. So if you own backpack 2, you'll get random number and you'll get times 3 that. Local B3 is equals to random number times 15, because why not? Local B4 is equals to random number times 50. And the last one, local B5, so if you own backpack 5, is equals to random number times 650. And now this is going to be a stupid mechanic again, and you'll probably not like me for that. If player, the backpack folder, the backpack1.value is equals to true, then final number is equals to B1, so backpack 1 gets B1, and player that other that m value that value is equals to 10. If player the backpack folder dot backpack 2 that value is equals to true. So if you own backpack 2, final number is equals to B2. Player, you should just copy this. Is equals to 100. So just get this code. And paste it here. If you own backpack 3, 100 extra. 4, 2 zeros, and the last one, 5, 3 zeros. So you get the point from that. Now, player.leaderstats.candy.value plus equals final number, because you'll get candy from that. And then player, the character. So if you just go to your humanoid, this one. So get these two from line 238 and 239. Get those and paste them over here. And lastly, final text, final text, colon, fire client, player, and final number. And I am recording. So now, else if player and arg is equals to trick fired. For trick, you get nothing, and we'll just basically just let you move. Because why not? You're almost done with your entire script. Now, lastly, well, two more proximity prompts. Workspace, .map, .shop, .prox trigger part, or prox trigger, .proximity prompt, .triggered, colon connect, function, player, like that. If not player, then return end. So if there's no player, we're not going to do anything. If player, then we will not allow you to move whilst you're in the shop. Set everything to 0. Now, argument, colon, fire client, player, comma, prox triggered, shop parts. Alrighty. And now the for loop. There's one loop left. For underscore, comma v in pairs. Workspace, .map, .trick or treat parts, colon get children, do. If v proximity prompt, so if there's a proximity prompt, then v proximity prompt triggered, colon connect, function, player. And once you're trick-or-treating, you're not allowed to move, so we'll be blocking you from moving. And at the same time, we'll be sending send colon fire client, player, and the proximity prompt you're at. And believe it or not, you're done with the script now. This enormous script from 300 plus lines, this is the server handling. Everything is done now. So, congratulations. One more script to go. Hey, so as I said in the beginning of this video, I have to split it in 2 parts, so that's why I'm ending it right over here, and part 2 will be posted like tomorrow, or like whenever you see this video. You can just click on the next video, and that will be part 2. So I hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in part 2. Goodbye.